a 32-year-old United States Army soldier, was stationed in Hawaii for training. This was his first time ever being in Hawaii. And so on his first day off, he planned to do some sightseeing. After doing some research, he settled on the Hawaiʻi Volcanoes National Park. That's home to one of the world's most active volcanoes, Kīlauea. That has been erupting consistently almost every year since 1983. On the evening of Wednesday, May 1st, we hopped in his rental car and he made his way out to the park. When he got there, he was pleasantly surprised to see that it was not crowded in the least, most likely because he was there midweek. And so, he paid his entrance fee. And then he started walking up a trail. That would bring him up to this overlook. That overlooked the caldera. The caldera of a volcano is the actual crater, the inside of the volcano, where the actual lava comes out of. At the time John was at the park, the volcano was not actively erupting, and so there was no pool of lava inside of the caldera. Now, he was up against a safety railing. That prevented people from getting closer, but he figured if he could just get right to the edge of this crater and he could actually look down inside, he might be able to see all the way to the base of the caldera. And so he looked around and noticed there were no other tourists up there with him. And he stepped over the safety railing and walked right to the edge of this crater overlooking this caldera. And so he got his phone out and he started taking some pictures. And then all of a sudden, the ground underneath him began to shift. And it shifted so quickly and so suddenly that threw him onto his back. And as he's laying on his back, scrambling to get back up again, the ground underneath him just completely collapses, sending him careening down 300 feet into the scalding hot caldera. And immediately, first responders were on scene. But they were facing the same issue that John was, which is the steam was so intense inside of this volcano that you can't really see down into it. And so they had rescuers walking along the rim of the volcano. And they had helicopters in the air, but it really wasn't doing any good. And in the back of all rescuers' minds, they knew that realistically, there's just no way John could have survived this. I mean, you can't survive a 300-foot fall, but even if you did, you couldn't survive being at the surface of the caldera. That's over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. 2 hours into their search, when it was totally dark outside, and hope was just about gone. At this point, somebody spotted John on a little ledge jutting out 70 feet down from that cliff he was standing on when he fell. When the ground dissolved underneath him, he managed to land on this tiny little ledge, but he was so badly injured he couldn't climb back up again. However, rescuers were able to rappel down to him, put him in a harness, get him back up, and he was able to make a full recovery.